I'm Mike Bowers. I'm talking pictures this morning with cartoonist for the Herald Sun, Mark Knight. Welcome to the program, Mark.
G'day, Mike.
It's been a week of I-dos.
Everybody's getting hitched.
Mr. Zanetti's picked on it. Do you, Julia, take Bob's position on gay marriage for better or worse? She will. A bit of a reluctant bride there, Mark.
They look very comfortable together, those two. He does have her in a headlock, and look at Tony in the background. We could say he's the bridesmaid.
That's right. David Rowe in his disturbing... He really does like drawing people in bed, doesn't he?
I'd love to spend the day in David Rowe's mind, wouldn't you? This is beautiful, of Julia and Bob Brown in bed together.
Yeah.
A natural fit.
A natural fit. Personally, I don't see what all the fuss is about. Do you, Bob? And they're reading Big Willie and Royal Wedding and...
Rule Britannia.
I did like this Dyson Royal Wedding austerity package.
This is an hilarious cartoon by Dyson. I mean, look at this pumpkin sitting in there, and you've got corgis pulling it along. It's brilliant. Things are pretty tough in Europe, and I think they've got to show a little bit of,
fiscal restraint. I think we see far too much of Tony Abbott in his Budgie Smugglers, but Sean Leahy just does draw him very beautifully.
I've had many readers' letters of people saying to me, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Stop the Budgie Smugglers. So I'm trying to cut it back. I'm putting, cycling gear on him now.
Right, you're lycraing him up.
Yeah, I think the public are now starting to sort of dry reach every time they say it. Sean Leahy, though, is a man who doesn't hold back, and he's done Tony Abbott here in his Budgies, which he's, with his chainsaw, blocking the path to government.
Yep, the Gillard government has lost its way.
And look at the beautiful little...
monk's hump.
Yeah. He looks a bit like a sort of a wood gnome there.
Yeah. Mark, the Archduke of You Can't Have a Pair for that vote, Mr Tony Abbott, was caught out himself this week when he had to race into the chamber to make a division.
Yes, the new paradigm, Mark, is that you can wear absolutely anything into the chamber, bare feet. What's he got, jogging shorts and a T-shirt?
I think this is unprecedented in the history of the Federal Parliament that someone comes in like this. So really his only policy has come back to bite him, really.
Well, it's now a men's change room, the lower house. You can just see guys in there, they're up like this, they're naked, they're just toweling themselves off. What? Can you imagine the poor old speaker? Would the member for Warringah put his pants on?
You've been in a state election down here in Victoria. How's it been going? Has it been an interesting one?
Yeah, look, I don't think it's set the world on fire, but it's starting to heat up now. Mr Golding has touched on that in this lovely cartoon here about transport.
Yeah, the 1999, 2002 and 2006 transport election promises have been delayed and can now be expected after the next election.
He's hit it on the head here, because state governments only govern for 3 weeks a year, and that's during the election campaign.
Mark, both the state leaders haven't been shy in calling in the big guns from Canberra to appear with them in pictures.
No, well, I guess the Victorian government is not the sort of decaying carcass that New South Wales is.
No, that's right.
We're doing reasonably well down here, so that the leaders don't mind being photographed with John Brumby. I think the other thing is that John Brumby used to be Julia Gillard's boss.
Yeah.
I think he still thinks he is, and he said to her, get down here now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I need your help.
Get in this photo with me and eat an apple.
Right.
So she's obliged.
He's come up with this idea about sending kids to camp. Run us through this.
Year 9 students need to be sent off to Camp Brumby, where they will be turned from delinquents into our future. You've heard of Guantanamo?
Yeah.
This is Brumtanamo.
Bitmo.
And I've pictured these poor Year 9ers. They've just been dumped by the bus at the front of Camp Brumby. Brumby's marching out. And I just wanted to give the impression of what kids might be thinking.
This sucks already.
Oh, my God, he's so gross. Is this Junior Master Chef?
Ted's an amazingly large man, isn't he? He's a very physically sort of dominating sort of chap.
He is huge, and I've met him, and I was sort of looking up like this. I fell over backwards. He was so high. Brumby's he's quite a tall man, but Ted is stratospheric.
He looks like he's a robot here.
A vending machine.
That's right.
Put your vote in.
Put your vote in.
And a policy comes out.
Out comes some transport policy,
Fixing problems, building future.
Mark, it's always a great pleasure to come to Melbourne and have a chat with you. Thank you very much for taking the time, and good luck with the Walkleys.
Mate, thank you. I'll see you there.
Back to you, Barry.